Hi there, and welcome to our course once again on historical air photo correction. Today we're going to be working with historical air photos that have been collected over St. John, New Brunswick. This is located in the Maritimes in eastern Canada. And as you can see, the situation is pretty typical for many municipalities or government agencies where they've done a good job in terms of scanning the air photos, but unfortunately they don't really have much in terms of a GIS ready layer that people can work with. What we have here in the case of the city of St. John is an index map, and if I hover over some of these points here on the map, I am brought to a JPEG file. So the city of St. John really wanted to be able to bring all of these images together into a GIS ready layer so they can perform analysis, pull features from the data, perform change detection. So what we're able to do is to get a hold of all of the original images from the city of St. John and make them available to you for this course. So if I go back to the data package that is provided as part of this course, we have several items. So I'll just go through the different folders. The first one is the images. So you see that we have essentially 19 through 24, which corresponds to different flight lines. So 19 to 24 is from here to here. Then we have 53 to 59, so this flight line, and then we have 88 to 92. So we've got three overlapping flight lines in this direction. When the plane is flying in this direction, there's about 60% forward overlap. And when the plane comes back and flies in the opposite direction, there's 40% side lap. So what this allows us to do is to achieve a very nice looking ortho mosaic by being able to modify the cut lines and choose the best parts of the different images, but also it allows us to produce elevation model from the stereo data. So we can produce an elevation model using the stereo overlap in the data. If we back up to the metadata folder, what you'll see here is we have a CSV file. Now, the city of St. John provided us with the shape file that has the actual latitude and longitude location for this project. Everything in this project is in NAD83 double stereographic. Now we converted everything to UTM, but the first thing that we did is we extracted the center point locations for these data sets and converted them to the format that the HAP system needs to be able to produce the ortho mosaic. So you'll see here we have the roll number, the photo number, the actual file name, the focal length of the camera, the size of the print, which is 9 by 9 inches, the approximate flying altitude, so it's 6250 above sea level, and then we have the scene center in latitude longitude. So now the way that we were able to get that is one of the images that's part of the project actually includes a lot of the metadata that we needed. You'll see here that the original flyer was called Spartan Air Services Limited, and if I zoom in here you can see some of the metadata information. For example, we can see that the camera is 152.50 millimeters. This is a very common focal length for cameras at this time. In addition, down here we are provided with the above sea level altitude in feet. We have all the flight line information. We even have the camera model. So this was an RC8338, and the focal length once again, and the approximate or the date at which the survey was taken. So this is useful information to help us to construct our metadata if it's not available. In addition to that, what we have in our reference folder, as I mentioned, the shapefile with the centroid information from the images that was provided to us by the city of St. John. We also have the center street line data. So this is the current day center street line information. Some roads did not exist in 1967. So when we overlay this on top of our mosaic when we're done this project, you'll notice that we don't have some of these roads, obviously, because it's 50 years ago. And we have a reference DEM. Now this DEM we were able to get from SRTM. We just downloaded it off of USGS Earth Explorer. We also have a reference Mosaic. So this is a Mosaic from 2004, which we're going to be using to collect ground control automatically. And in addition to that, the City of St. John has provided us some metadata in Word document format. Oftentimes when you are working with historical air photos, someone who's responsible for the archives will collect some of this metadata and store it in some way. In this case, we were able to get this document that produces some of the summary information. So once again, key importance here is that the city of St. John works in double stereographic NAD83. So for example, the centroid information and the center street line information is in that projection. So if we want to reproject it, we have to do so and be mindful of that. For this project, we'll be working in UTM, and we'll put all of our data into that projection.